Have you ever really thought about your utility knife? I mean, really think about just how often it is that you go for this thing. I mean, this has been my go-to knife for years. Even though, I have an everyday carry pocket knife, whenever I'm in the garage or working around the house, this has been my go-to utility knife. Until now. What's going on, guys? My name's Bill, and this is Tool Tech Tuesdays. On Tuesday, I like to bring you guys a tool that I've been using in my videos or that I've just been using on projects in and around the garage. Now, when it comes to utility knives, I'm sure we all started off with that simple metal-bodied utility knife with a retractable blade made by, like Stanley and companies like that. And there's nothing wrong with those knives. They serve a purpose. And then you have knives like this. They're cheaper. They got the breakaway blades. They're usually plastic. And these are good too for projects. They serve their purpose, but they're not good for, heavy duty, cutting carpet, cutting drywall. I wouldn't use this for that. For years, I've been using this Cobalt knife. And I picked this one up mainly because it was foldable, so it would easily fit in my pocket. And, this knife has been great for years, but it's getting worn out. And there are things I don't like about it. Like, first of all, it's got this thumb catch on it that you're supposed to be able to use to open it with your thumb, but it's too close to the pivot, so it's really awkward. It doesn't really work that well. The other thing that I don't like currently or recently is the blade lock. So it's got this lever on top that you have to open, and then you can slide this out of the way. You pull your blade out and then flip it over and have a nice fresh blade. But recently that's been getting worn out. So this thing will open on me while I'm using it. The blade lock will come loose and that just gets dangerous. I don't know how many times I've almost cut myself because that thing has come loose on me. But like I said, this thing has lasted me, I don't even know how many years. So with that, I started to look at a replacement. And that's what I came across, the Milwaukee Fastback. This thing is so good. I mean, let's start with first would be the blade. So it locks in the closed position, but it opens super easy. It's just got a simple little push button on the side, and it locks obviously in the open position, which when you're doing heavy duty, like I said, cutting carpets or cutting drywall, you don't want that blade folded on you. That thing's going nowhere. But when you're ready to close it, just push the button and it closes. Opens just as easy. The blade lock. So it's got a simple little push button blade lock. You push that in, you pull your blade straight out, you flip it around and have a nice fresh blade. But that blade lock, unlike the Cobalt one that easily opens, this thing is so secure. I mean, listen to this. You hear that? That's the blade lock. That thing is not going anywhere. It's not going to fall out on you. You don't have to worry about it slipping out, losing your blade, possibly cutting yourself. That is so good. Now this does have inside the handle, it's got a place for a spare blade. Not too impressed with that. I guess it's okay. I mean, it does give you a place to carry one extra blade, but getting that blade out of there, it does lock in there really securely. But you do have to kind of push this to the side, and it's kind of awkward to try to get that extra blade out. But it does, like I said, it does lock in there really secure. It's not going to fall out on you. And it does go in, obviously, blade first, so you don't have to worry about that. So not that, I could really care less about that. The other thing that I really like about it, it does have a screwdriver bit. So it's got your standard, little bit holder in there, and it comes with a reversible Phillips and standard bit. Secures in there really nicely, and this also locks in the open position, which is really nice because I don't know how many multi-tools I've used where that blade or that bit doesn't lock in the open position, and you'll be trying to torque on something and it'll close on you. So that's just not good. This thing locks in there nice and secure, and it does have the little lever here on the side. The other thing I like about the bit holder is, here again, listen to this, see if you can hear it. Hear that little click? It's got a detent at the 90-degree position. It doesn't lock there, but it does have a pretty good detent. And that gives you the ability that if you need to, really torque something down, or if you're trying to, break something loose, it does give you that extra leverage to be able to apply some extra torque. And it just fits in the hand really well. That cutout right there, again, just your finger locks in there, that feels really good. And part of that feeling really good is the handle. So it is a plastic handle. It does have a metal frame inside the plastic handle. But that plastic, it's got a slight texture to it. Kind of feels almost rubbery, but not really. It's just got a very slight texture to it. So it's not gonna slip on you. If your hands are wet, that's not gonna slip real easily on you. But like I said, it does have a metal frame inside there. So it's a nice, sturdy utility knife. It's got a pocket clip, which again, is fine, but I would have preferred that they make the pocket clip changeable, that you could move it around to where you like it. Because the way that it sits right now, if this was in my pocket and I reach in my pocket to pull it out, my hand's not in a position to use it. The blade's here. I have to turn it around and then I could open it. So having that pocket clip in that position just doesn't really work. I would have liked to see some adjustability in that pocket clip, be able to configure it maybe where you want it. Because I would want it that when I, pull this thing out of my pocket, it's right there, ready to go. Not have to turn it around to open it. So yeah, other than that, minor little inconveniences, I guess, but overall, this thing is so good. I mean, it's got a good solid lock on that blade, feels really good in the hand. It's really comfortable. It's not overly bulky. There really aren't any sharp edges that really can dig into your hand as you're using it. All the edges have like a chamfer on it, like a bevel. This thing, so good. I highly recommend the Milwaukee Fastback. Can't say enough about it. Go check them out. I'll leave a description down below. Appreciate you for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and get back to work.